Hey everybody, Mike with Become the Night. Welcome back to another episode of Mike the Music Snob Reacts. So today I am looking at the top 30 most earning musicians of 2018 according to Forbes. Apparently this is gross earnings after fees, before fees and before taxes and all that stuff. I'm not gonna lie, I was a little bit surprised by a number of the names on this list, but let's just go through it. Number 30, Rolling Stones. That didn't quite surprise me. The Rolling Stones are arguably one of the most important rock bands in history. They have an extremely dedicated fan base. It's pretty incredible, actually. They did write some good songs, but I don't care about them that much. Anyway, let's see how they made their money. This is a key component to what I want to discuss here. More than half a century into their career, the Rolling Stones are still getting their satisfaction. The band, which makes most of its money on the road, enough said, they make most of their money on the road. Next band. Next, we have my boy, Billy Joel. Billy Joel, for those of you who aren't familiar, is one of my top 10 favorite artists. There'll be a link to that somewhere, possibly, if I remember. Yeah, Billy Joel can pretty much snap his fingers and sell out Madison Square Garden. I think he did, what, like, I think it said in this article, oh yeah, 50 consecutive shows at Madison Square Garden this year. That's ridiculous. 50 consecutive shows. And I'm pretty sure each one of them was sold out. He prints money by playing that place. It says Billy Joel earns most of his millions on tour. All right, fine. But he has side projects in his home estate of New York. He owns a motorcycle shop and a Long Island boat company. Okay, cool. So nothing about streaming or royalties. Let's move on. 28 is the Chainsmokers, who I literally don't give a single fuck about. I feel like I've listened to some of their stuff before. I don't know, like, I don't remember. The electronic duo behind Closer and Something Just Like This collects nightly checks in the mid six figures for its DJ sets. More than 100 during our scoring period. Their scoring period went from June 2017 to June 2018, by the way. So yeah, they're making most of their money through shows as well. You're gonna get used to me saying this. It says in this part that they had a bunch of songs, or one or two songs that like was at the top of the charts for a while, and good for them. I doubt that actually was a substantial portion of their revenue. Next up, Garth Brooks, the fucking walking, talking meme. I'm literally debating whether or not he's human. I don't know if you guys have seen any of the H3H3 videos, like their live streams where they kind of poke fun at Garth Brooks, and so rightly so. His social media presence is fucking creepy. Although he has the right idea of trying to be connected with people, like you can tell by the way that he's presenting it, he has no clue what the fuck he's doing. He has no idea what this culture is about. But I will say, at least good on him for trying, because I think that he realizes it is the future. He just has no clue what the fuck he's doing, which, fair enough. The country legend sold more than 6 million tickets on his recent 3-year North American tour with wife Trisha Yearwood, topping his own record. He's been staying active even after the tour wrapped up in late 2017, headlining California's Stagecoach Music Festival and the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo. So he's probably getting paid really well for that. Nearly 9 million of Garth Brooks' friends in low places, kill me, joined the country singer last weekend for his Live at Notre Dame network special. The 2-hour show documented Brooks headlining the first ever concert at Notre Dame Stadium and pulled in an estimated 8.9 million viewers Sunday night to CBS. The concert, filmed in October, brought roughly 84,000 concert goers to South Bend, Indiana. All right, that's a lot. Either way, it's not really clear where he's making his money because apparently his tour wrapped up in 2017. Though, I mean, Garth Brooks is kind of a genius businessman. There's no doubt about that. So I would be fucking shocked if all of this money that he made, which was like several million, I don't have the numbers right in front of me. But yeah, I mean, I'd be shocked if that was just from streaming. I would be shocked if even the lion's share of that was from streaming. Number 26, my boys, Metallica. I actually did a top 21 songs of theirs earlier this week if you want to check that out. Which, I'm not really surprised at the amount of people that were fucking butthurt of like, where's this song? Where's this song? Like, fucking, I'm sorry, I don't like it as much as you do, or most other people do. If you're new to this channel, you know that my opinions are significantly different from a lot of people's. Not trying to be mean, I promise, because I know a lot of you were either joking around or were actually quite nice about it. Like, there wasn't a whole lot of bitch pitching in the comment section, thankfully. After 4 decades as a band, the heavy metal heart of Metallica still beats strong. The group doesn't do any major endorsement deals, but still cashes in on tour. Enough said. Metallica also makes bank from owning its masters, which the group has reissued under the independent label Blackened Recordings. Okay, that is a huge deal for you to own your masters, at least when it comes to copyright law. I mean, you guys know you might know my feelings on copyright, but yeah, a lot of artists do not own their masters. It's really a shitty situation. And I would say that the re-release of these things probably has a lot less to do with getting streams and a lot more to do with selling CDs. Metallica's fan base is more of a CD buying culture, not to mention a lot of these had like deluxe box sets and everything that were all reissued. That will absolutely give you a huge boost in revenue. And it says something down here about basically how they were, and I saw their pictures on Instagram about this, how they were going around this year shelling out all these big checks to a bunch of different colleges. Is it colleges? Yeah, 10 colleges, and like $100,000 per college. Like, that's badass as hell, man. That is fucking awesome. All right, next up, Elton John. I dig Elton John. I wouldn't say I love Elton John, but I can dig on him. The Rocket Man made most of his last year's cash in Vegas. Enough said. He's about to go on another tour, and then there's something here. Sir Elton John has also made a name for himself as a frequent wedding singer. Now, I think that that's not the best way of saying it, because he made a name for himself well before he was a wedding singer. I think he's being better known as a wedding singer. I mean, it's a bit of a slap in the face to Elton John. In 2010, he reportedly accepted $1 million to play at Rush Limbaugh's 4th wedding. Just everything about that sentence is fucking whacked out. But yeah, getting paid $1 million to play a wedding, that's fucking awesome. That is badass as shit. Now I know what I need to do to get Billy Joel to play my wedding. Maybe the only way I will ever play a duet with Billy Joel. Dude, if that motherfucker could play the actual piano / band part or whatever to Movin' Out, Anthony's song, and then I could sing that shit on my wedding, fuck yeah! I can karaoke the shit out of that song. Next up, Foo Fighters. New album Concrete and Gold reached #1 on the US charts, but failed to earn gold certification on the sales front. Man, that sucks ass. No matter, the rockers have been filling up arenas on the road to the tune of 7 figures a night. Alright, fucking A. Yeah, dude, the Foo Fighters are badass as hell. I absolutely love their attitude. Dave Grohl is like, he seems like such a down-to-earth motherfucker. I guarantee, though, he's a no bullshit, all business type of guy. He seems like the type of dude who really values his time, if I had to guess, but I could be wrong. Either way, yeah, they make it all from touring. Next, J-Lo. So J-Lo released the new single Dinero with Who Gives a Shit, blah blah blah. An appropriate title it's given that her earnings increased 24% year over year. That's fucking ridiculous. She pads her coffers with a lucrative Las Vegas residency. A bevy of endorsements and shows including World of Dance. So yeah, she's got a lot of things going on other than she has a successful fragrance and clothing line, several lucrative endorsements, and a revived film and television career. Huh, I didn't know that. It looks like she has her fingers in a lot of different pots, and I'm positive it's not because of streaming, because I don't know anybody who listens to Jennifer Lopez on the reg. Number 22, Drake. Now, I'm actually a little bit surprised he's this low on the list. Still the world's most consumed musician. That's pretty cool, actually. With annual stream counts in the billions, Drake slowed down his touring pace and fell to the middle of the pack during our June to June scoring period. If this doesn't demonstrate my point, Drake is stupidly popular and stupidly famous. He slowed down his touring, and suddenly he falls to the middle of the pack, where he should be up on top. Does this not 100% demonstrate what I've been saying? Even before streaming, most of the money was in fucking touring and merchandise. Next up, Paul McCartney. It's nearly half a century since the Beatles broke up, but Paul McCartney remains atop the pop firmament, selling out arenas and ballparks at will. That says it right there. They talk about his album, but let's be honest, who the fuck buys a Paul McCartney album nowadays? Next up, Calvin Harris. I had no clue what the fuck this guy did for the longest time. Lo and behold, he is a DJ. The top earning DJ on our list continues to pull in healthy six-figure checks for spinning electronic sets at that place in Las Vegas. Okay, so he basically works at this place in Las Vegas, the largest nightclub in the United States, and is number 20 on our list. Enough said, moving on. Number 19 is Lady Gaga. After crisscrossing the globe on her latest concert tour, grossing millions per stop. Not only that, she was in a movie this last year, and that's gonna make her a stupid amount of money. And she's about to start a residency in Las Vegas. I mean, enough said. Next up is Jimmy Buffett. Why the fuck does this guy have any fame? He is like the laziest, stupidest, like what the fuck? Why does anyone listen to his shit? Okay, Margaritaville is a good song. I'll give you that. Everything else in his catalog sucks ass. The singer-songwriter could simply spend his time wasting away in Margaritaville, the lifestyle empire that comprises about half of his paycheck. So that's where he makes his money. It's his lifestyle empire that accounts for half of his paycheck. So without that, he would not be on this list at all. Margaritaville is the name of his one-hit wonder, and he brands that on all of the stuff, all of his different business ventures, which, I mean, honestly, not a bad idea at all. Of course, I will say, we have a Margaritaville restaurant, bar, whatever, here in Nashville, actually downtown on the Strip, and the food sucks. Next up is Luke Bryan, tied for number 16. The country crooner is doing a lot more than hunting, fishing, and loving every day. Bryan's worldwide headlining tour had 84 stops in our scoring period, grossing 7 figures nightly. Dear Lord. Okay, look, I don't have any hate for Luke Bryan because he actually seems like a genuine dude. He really does, and he does not take himself too seriously. I really do appreciate that, especially for a guy who's on this fucking list, selling out over $1 million a night. If you can maintain not being a piece of shit while making that type of money and having that type of fame and exposure, I think that says a lot about your character. I might be reading too much into it, but just like based upon what I could glom, he seems all right. And he also was on American Idol and has endorsements from Chevrolet. Okay, point is, touring. Oh, for the record, Luke Bryan's songs suck. Tied, in quotes, with Luke Bryan is Pink. It pays to be Pink. The songstress has been grossing 7 figures per stop on her beautiful trauma tour. Enough said. Pause! I have some badass merch. Link in the description. You should go buy some. 15 is Depeche Mode. Depeche Mode. I do not understand the enjoyment of this band. There has to be something to it because they're grossing over $1 million per city. Like, how though? Like, what the fuck am I missing? It feels hollow to me. It feels just like I don't get it. The vocals aren't very good. There's just a nothing there. It's just like bleh. It's like amalgamous in your hand. You're just like, what the fuck is this? People eat it up. So apparently I'm missing something. But again, touring. Coming in at number 14, the Eagles. The fact that the group hasn't released a new studio album in over a decade, the Eagles continue to pack arenas across the country to the tune of 7-figure nightly grosses. There ain't that many people streaming Eagles music either. At least not enough to be this high on this fucking list. The Eagles tickets for the history of the Eagles tour checked in at an average of $354. What the fuck is wrong with people? The Eagles wrote some good songs. I will give them that. I would never pay $354 to see fucking anyone, especially the Eagles. But like, even like, if I could like see a Steve Vai show, which I already have, I would never pay $354 fucking dollars for it. All right, The Weeknd. Actually very surprised to see him on here, but I think that has a lot more to do with my ignorance of him. It's been another banner year for the Starboy singer, boosted by billions, yes, billions, of streaming spins of his work and earnings from his latest arena tour. They make it sound like billions and billions and billions. It earns him so much money, but they also put in earnings from his latest arena tour. So let's see here. He talks about how he released his first 3 albums or something like that for free, or like there was 3 albums for free up front, And that basically was like, hey, I want to expose people to my project. What a novel idea. Who would have thought that your music is your promotional tool and not your fucking product? So the next sentence here is, though the decision may have prevented an immediate ROI, that's return on investment for those of you who don't understand, it paid off handsomely in the years following. In 2017, he earned $92 million and parlayed 5.5 billion streams into an estimated 75 million touring advance. Okay. He earned $92 million and parlayed 5.5 billion streams into a 75 million touring advance. We know at least 75 million of his revenue came from touring. If we're looking at the streams here, even if that remainder of less than $20 million, it's not even fucking close. And he's getting billions of streams. Next up, Kendrick Lamar. Actually, I am surprised to see him on this list. Don't get me wrong, I actually think he's great, but at the same point, like, I feel like he's so talented that he shouldn't be popular. Not to say that I don't want him to be popular. It's just like, it's like considering a lot of the other popular artists that are here nowadays. It's like, how the fuck did you do that? God bless. Your favorite rapper's favorite rapper clocked in the highest earning total of his career while packing arenas from Los Angeles to London on his solo tour and as the headliner of, I don't know what TDE is. He's also been cashing in on deals with Nike and American Express. Cool. Touring. Beyonce. I'm actually a little surprised she's this low on this list. Queen Bee. God, I hate that name. Queen Bee had a relatively quiet year after welcoming twins, and God bless her for having twins. It changed in April with her groundbreaking Coachella performance, followed in June by the launch of Everything Is Love, her first joint album with Jay-Z, her husband, and then another marital stadium tour, On the Run 2. So yeah, touring. Next up, P. Diddy. How the fuck did P. Diddy make this list? I'm shocked he's on the list at all, but he's at number 10. I don't know if I've ever heard a Puff Daddy song outside of that one on like the Matthew Broderick Godzilla movie. That's like the only one I know for sure that I've heard. After topping last year's list on the strength, he topped last year's list on the strength of his Bad Boy Family Reunion tour. Enough said, moving on. Actually, no, wait, there's actually more here. And the sale of a chunk of his Sean John equity. So he sold part of his equity in his own brand. That's how he topped last year's list. Sean John, for those of you who don't know, is like basically a fashion company. And he also has deals with Ciroc, De Leon Tequila, and some alkaline water thing. And apparently those are a large portion of his earnings. Next up, Roger Waters. Holy fucking, really? You have Billy Joel, the Rolling Stones, Elton John, fucking Metallica, the Foo Fighters, Garth Brooks, all below Roger Waters. I am not by any means trying to insult Roger Waters in the least, but those guys got way more plays and arguably even had a bigger influence on rock and roll. Or besides Garth Brooks, like fuck it, we can leave him out. Again, not talking any shit on Pink Floyd, just kind of blown away he's this high on this list, especially in comparison to the fucking rock royalty at the bottom. The former bass guitarist of Pink Floyd is a touring machine. Enough said. Next up, Guns N' Roses. Guns N' Roses may have an appetite for destruction, but it turns out they also have a knack for collecting cash. The band's latest worldwide tour featured classic members Axl Rose and Slash. The fact that Axl Rose and Slash got back together and did a tour, that's basically the reason why they made all that money. And accounts for nearly all of its earnings. Enough said. Number 7, Jay-Z. The multifaceted mogul hit the road in support of his album 444, which, by the way, I've not heard the entire album, but from what I heard of it, it's actually really good. After welcoming twins with his wife, Beyonce, God bless him. Basically, it's the exact same story as Beyonce, but he also has $10 million in additional commissions. Oh, but here's an interesting thing that I actually missed. Jay-Z's Rock Nation Sports has become a key player in athlete representation, with an impressive client list, including 2018 NBA champion Kevin Durant and number 2 overall NFL draft pick Saquon Barkley. I hope I said that right. Point being, It's not streaming. Next up, Taylor Swift. God help us all. Her new album, Reputation, sold 1.2 million copies in the US. That's actually substantial. And 2 million worldwide its open week. Again, substantial. Now the superstar songstress is cashing in with her Taylor Swift's Reputation Stadium tour. That's really the reason why. If I remember, that album release did not happen in 2018. No, as a matter of fact, I know it didn't happen in 2018. So, it's tour! Moving on, you dumb bitch. Next up, Katy Perry, who beat Taylor Swift, and I'm sure Taylor Swift is very aware of that. One of the hardest working names on this list, fair enough. Perry played 80 dates of her Witness the Tour during our scoring period, grossing over 1 million per night. Oh yeah, she's also on American Idol, and oh, she earned $20 million for doing American Idol. All right, fair enough. So she only beat Tay-Tay because she has a good enough personality to be on TV. During our scoring period, Perry grossed more than $2 million per city over the course of 126 shows, 75 of them overseas, while pulling in an astounding $20 per head in merchandise sales. That's fucking impressive. Next up, Bruno Mars. The superstar singer grossed $250 million and counting. That's quite a bit of money, actually. On his 24K Magic World Tour, en route to the biggest annual payday of his career. Congratulations. Again, touring. Ed Sheeran is number 3 on this list. Ed fucking Sheeran is number 3 on this list. I don't get it. I really don't understand it. He's not a bad songwriter. He's not top 3 earning artists worthy songwriter. It makes zero fucking sense to me. He writes songs that are just fine. They are just okay. They're good. I don't take offense to them. But fucking number 3? If this doesn't say to you that fucking, I don't want to say shit floats, but like the thing that's the blandest and lacks the most fucking personality is gonna float to the top because it goes to the lowest common denominator. And yes, I'm not afraid to say that because his shit is fucking bland. It's like, yeah, everybody likes potatoes, but nobody wants to eat potatoes all the fucking time. His music is a fucking potato. It might be a high quality potato. Yeah, it'll keep you full. It'll give you some nourishment, you know, fucking, it'll work. But it's not a fucking steak dinner. Please do not tell me that Ed Sheeran is a fucking steak dinner. Just 27 years old, Sheeran is the highest earning solo musician on this list. God help us all. Stemming from billions of streams on his songs over the past year and his ascent to stadium act status. He's also burnishing his Hollywood chops with cameos on Game of Thrones and The Simpsons. Wonderful. There's no fucking way. If Drake is the most consumed artist, that would be by streams. And Drake is way below Ed fucking Sheeran. So guaranteed it's because he's playing fucking shows. 100% guaranteed. Number 2 is Coldplay. And this is why God will fucking bring the apocalypse upon us this year. Chris Martin and Company's A Head Full of Dreams tour grossed more than $500 million in its 2-year, 5-continent run. That total means that Coldplay trails only U2's 360 tour and the Rolling Stones' A Bigger Bang tour on the all-time list. Humanity should be fucking ashamed. Again, Coldplay is not awful. But man, are they boring as shit. This year, Coldplay out-earned its predecessors in the strength of a world tour that pulled in more than $3 million per city. Let's get to the last one. U2, number 1. Not the biggest shock to me. The immortal Irish rockers, celebrating 30th anniversary of their album Joshua Tree of the same name, grossed $316 million as some 2.7 million fans turned out to make it last year's most lucrative outing. U2 also released its 14th studio album, Songs of Experience, last December. Certainly you'd be hard-pressed to find any band that has championed or believes in the spirit and culture of America more than U2. What the fuck sentence is that? Like, okay, first of all, that has nothing to do with how much fucking money they make. Secondly, they're Irish. Thirdly, no, I would not be hard-pressed Metallica. No, I would not be hard-pressed Creedence Clearwater Revival. No, I would not be hard-pressed the Rolling Stones. No, I would not be hard-pressed Jimi Hendrix. No, I would not be hard-pressed literally anyone. What a fucking dumbass statement. I'm sorry, that kind of makes me mad as an American. Again, I don't understand why these guys have the following that they do. I'm not gonna get pissed off that they have the following. It's just like, what the fuck are people thinking? Like, they write some fine songs, folks. They write better songs than Ed Sheeran. That's for fucking sure. I guess the common flavor is bland. Extra salt, please. We're in America. See, I'm truly American because of the salt. So what's my point of doing this video? No, the reason why I wanted to do this video, and actually I'd asked you on social media, got an overwhelmingly positive response on it. The reason why I wanted to do this video is to demonstrate to everyone, because I didn't even read the article before going through it. I already knew the fucking answer. These guys make almost all of their money from fucking touring, playing shows. And no, it's not because of the streaming economy. It was always that way. It was always the lion's share is the tour. That's why Metallica, when they released the Black Album, toured for like almost 3 years straight. If they really were gonna make that much money by making a new album, they would have stopped touring to make a fucking album. They made I'm about to say a bad word. They made a stupid amount of money by going on tour for 3 years straight. So no, don't at me. And then I see things on Instagram from Lizzie Hale, and God bless her, she seems like a real fucking sweetheart. She really does. How she's going to Congress to go talk with like certain legislators and congressmen and women and shit, and with a bunch of other people who are also musicians, going to talk to them about advocating for artists' rights. And when they say artists' rights, they're talking about better royalties. Let's not cover it up with the fucking euphemisms here. And she's tagging in the Grammys, and she's tagging in someone in association, I believe, with the RIAA. The two failing organizations that are a relic of the fucking past. They're not fighting for artist rights. They're fighting for publishers and labels to still exist. It really makes me sad because I know she's being used. No, you will not be as rich as you are if we go to a different model. But you will be able to eat. And not only that, there will be a lot more people who will be able to eat. I mean, yeah, people still need tour support, that's for sure. People still need management, that's for sure. But a publisher and a label? Fuck no, you don't need any of that shit nowadays. A label is an extraordinarily inflated middleman, jam-fucking-packed with bureaucracy, which connects you with a bunch of other management companies who handle this shit for them. If we took out the middleman, you could go right to the management company. If we took out the publisher, you'd make most of your royalties. You don't need a fucking publisher. You need a manufacturer and distributor. That's all you need. God, it hurts. It really hurts. Especially when every single motherfucker on this list, every single one, is gonna be up there on fucking Capitol Hill talking about, like, artists' rights, the DMCA, digital streaming is going to ruin music. You fucking cocksuckers. Look at your own fucking revenue streams. Take a long, hard look at your own revenue streams. Not only that, look at the number of independent musicians who actually can make a career in this industry without any royalties because of the streaming economy. Fuck, man. It's irritating. Move on. Move on. The time of music labels and physical media is over. Move the fuck on, please. It doesn't matter so much to me the fact that they want to fucking try and put more money in artists' pockets. It's the fact that by driving things through music labels and through publishers, you turn it into a business instead of an art. And that's why they need to die. If your number one concern is getting paid, you're doing it for the wrong fucking reasons. It's been Mike the Music Snob. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you so much. Please support me on Subscribestar. That is the only way I can keep YouTube my full-time job. Also, I have merch in the link in the description. Again, like I'd said earlier. You can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, @BecomeTheNight. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you in the next video. Rock on!